Good morning, boys and girls. We are going to continue now with lesson 7-2, and our first page that we're looking at will be guides for powers of 10. Powers of 10. Please remember to include this title on your subject line in the email when you submit this page. This will help me organize all of your homework. So in lesson 7-1, we talked about exponential numbers and standard numbers and scientific numbers. Now, exponential numbers are any number with any base from between 1 to 9 with an exponent. For example, 5 to the power of 3 is an exponential number, or 7 squared. Those are exponential numbers. Then a scientific notation, are usually or often used with the base 10. So 10 to the power of, let's say, 2, which equals 100. And then we have standard notation, which is just the regular number, 100, or 5 to the power of 3 would be 25 times 5 is 25 times 5 would be, I'm trying to do this in my head, 25, see if we can do it faster. Very good, 125. And 7 to the power of 2, 49. Those would be your standard numbers. Okay, so now let's move on to the page. Guides for powers of 10. Please read the directions at the top where it starts with there are prefixes. Remember that a prefix is something that we put in front of a word to help us understand the word. The prefixes that we're using here help us understand how many zeros there are in the number. For example, kilo. We know that a kilo is 1,000. Mega, giga, tera. Those are all prefixes. For kilo is 10 to the power of 2. Mega is 10 to the power of 6. I see that it's not quite legible because the bottom of the 6 got cut off. Giga is 10 to the power of 9, and tera is 10 to the power of 12. We can write exponents two different ways. For example, 10 to the power of 2 is really 100 in standard notation. It's easy to do it this way because you know that when you have 10 to the power of 2, it's really 10 times 10. And a nice little trick that you can use is that the 2 will tell you how many zeros you need. So, 2 zeros. When it's an exponent with a negative, when it's a number with a negative exponent, so let's say we have 10 to the power of negative 2, it works the same way. But this, when it's a negative, it just means that the number is getting smaller. It would equal 0.01. So you still have the 2 zeros, and 1 has to be in the ones place, then the decimal. So Let me get my pointer. In the ones place, then you have the decimal, and then the other 0, but you still have 1, 2 zeros. So to practice, try this. What would be 10 to the power of negative 4? Go ahead and try it. I'll wait here. So, if you have 10 to the power of negative 4, it means you should have 4 zeros. We start with the ones place. There's our first 0 with the decimal. And then we still need 3 more zeros. 1, 2, 3. And we write our 1. So it is tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths. So it's 1 10,000ths. Or simply 10,000ths. Okay, let's begin our work with the pages. I think you should be ready to do page 7.7-2, Guides to Powers of 10. Let's start with question 1. More than 10 to the power of 9 or 1, and now you have to write the actual number. Well, above it says 10 to the power of 9 is a giga. That's the prefix, which has how many zeros? Well, it's 10 to the power of 9. We've already said that this, the exponent, will tell you how many zeros are in the number. So we write our 1 and we write the zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 1 billion. So more than 10 to the power of 9 is, or 1 billion people live in China. Continue to do the rest. Number 2 is 1,000, or 10 to the power of, what's 1,000? Remember, it's a kilo. How many zeros? You write the number of zeros as the exponent. Then at the very bottom of the page, we have to find the prime factorization to each of the numbers. The first number that's given to us is 48. Remember that we have to make a prime tree to find the prime factorization. 48 is an even number, so it is divisible by 2. 2 times, well, divide each one by 2. Divide the 8 by 2 and the 4 by 2. You divide the 8 by 2, you get 4. And 4 by 2, you get 2. So 2 times 24 is 48. 24 continues to be an even number, so you keep going. 2 times 12, 2 times 6, and 2 times 3. How many 2's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 to the power of 4. That's an ugly 4. Try that again. 2 to the power of 4 times 3. There is our prime factorization. So that is your answer, what you should write. Go ahead and try question 8. Find the prime factorization to 60. Now at the very end, write each number in expanded notation. Remember, if you can't remember what expanded notation is, let's say I write the number 25. Now let me find more room here. Okay, I have the number 25. And I want to write this in expanded notation. Well, 25 would be 20 plus 5. Okay, that's expanded notation. If I have the number 375, 300 plus 70 plus 5. Okay, try that.